Hi everyone and welcome inside Mountain America Stadium for the SunDevilSource Two-Minute Drill. Gabby Chernoff and Chris Cartman following ASU's Saturday night scrimmage here in the stadium. Exactly 2 weeks from now, fans will be filled the stadium. NAU visiting ASU home opener. And Chris, Kenny Dillingham, the essence of what he said about the scrimmage, too many miscues by the offense, just a lot of self-inflicted wounds. Defense did a really good job with the red zone coverage, so what did you see overall today?
Yeah, there were big plays. Defense is not going to be happy about that. Offense, Raleek Brown had a really good day. Big return, big run. That probably was a 65-yard touchdown early on. Couple of good offensive passing things, Jordan Tyson. But I thought it was a lot of mistakes. They weren't going full speed, full tackling, so that probably contributes to it. But you have some new players, Kanye Udo and Jaron Hamilton and Jalen Moss, who are kind of figuring things out, Wade Helton, Jamedo Bigbo. And what Dillingham said is the scale of their offense is so significant, and they were trying to see where they were at with a lot of their concepts, that contributed to probably some guys getting a little brain fog and messing up some of their assignments. When you get to a week from today, or actually Thursday of this week coming up, they'll bring out the scout team, and then it'll sharpen, and they'll probably not have a lot of those issues. Was it concerning? Perhaps a little bit, but it's hard to really put an exact amount on it, given that the offense has been pretty good overall in camp.
Now, as we mentioned, not ASU's sharpest day, definitely exactly 2 weeks from now will be that season opener. Chris, within these 2 weeks, we have classes starting next week. What are the biggest improvements, biggest changes, things that ASU needs to work on?
Well, this team was great at not committing penalties, not turning the ball over last season. Those were the two biggest factors in what led to the Big 12 championship. And they're letting them play kind of freely in camp, because you want guys aggressive, and then you want to sort of dial that back a little bit once you get into game prep. And so I think that they're focused on letting guys play, but now there's been a little bit too many holding, grabbing situations that are out there. You have to sort of convert that to a game mentality. I think that's really big. And then just everybody understanding their assignments, what they're supposed to be doing conceptually, because it doesn't matter how talented you are, if you're out there and you're committing self-inflicted wounds, that's not going to work. And Dillingham said that ultimately it's the coaching staff's responsibility to make sure that they're putting the players in position to be successful. And so that's something that I think they're going to have to really hone in on here over the next 2 weeks.
Now, something we have also been covering, of course, all throughout camp is these position battles, that center guard kind of battle, and then the running back room, of course, amongst two of the big ones. As camp kind of winds down here, what are some of the ones you're still looking at, and kind of what's the progress with them?
Yeah, who's going to be the center? That's number one, touching the ball every single snap. There were some snaps that weren't very good again tonight. Wade Helton had one. Ben Coleman had one that I noticed. It's close. Dillingham said they're going to evaluate that. And a big part of that is, what is the best combination? Because you have Jamedo Bigbo, who's a guard option, who would be out there if Coleman's at center, and then Wade Helton would be next to Ben Coleman at guard. And how do they work together in a lot of their hip-to-hip blocking and pass pro? And just the natural feel that you have with a lot of these guys is unique to each experience. And so I don't have a solid call on that yet. I think it's still 4 or 5 practices into watching. I think it's too early to really know. The running back situation, no doubt in my mind, that's going to be a by-committee approach early on in the season. As I said, Raleek Brown had a good day today. We had him on the Hot 11. Kyson Brown's had plenty of good practices. Kanye Udo looks a lot better now than he did in the spring. Still a couple of things that I think were gremlins out there today with him in particular, because he's got a lot that he's processing in a new scheme. It's totally different from what he was at with Army. And then nickel, the biggest question mark on the defense between Montana Warren and Kendrick Breedlove. I don't think that's settled. I think we're going to get better clarity on that here over the next 10 days or so. And my gut instinct is that it might be Kendrick Breedlove. I think he's a little bit better coverage. But Montana Warren's been physical, and I didn't see any gaffes on his part today.
Well, students are starting to flood back into Tempe. Move-in is happening as we speak over the next couple days, setting the perfect stage for that home opener. In just 2 weeks' time, we'll have you covered all the way up until then, and of course on that opening kickoff. Gabby Chernoff and Chris Cartman for SunDevilSource.